Hey, Val.
Hey, Al.
Welcome to DCOMmentaries.
Oh my God, thank you. Welcome to you.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm super pumped to talk about all the Channel original movies.
I thought it'd be fun if we just did a little bit of an intro for our friends who have never heard the sultry tones of our voices before.
Love it.
Cool. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
I will go first. Hello, my name is Allie. You can call me Al. I am a huge fan. I actually used to work at World in 2013 and 2015. I worked at the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and the world famous Jungle Cruise, which at that time was the Jingle Cruise. I also worked in entertainment as a character attendant. So if you could classify obsessed with I'm probably sitting right there in the yearbook with like 40 million other people. Big Channel original movie fan. Whenever my parents would leave us home alone, you know what was on? It was Channel. And those original movies, I've got some thoughts. And I'm excited to share it with everyone.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts.
Okay, Val, tell me about yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Val. I am also a lifelong fan. I never had the privilege of working at Disney, but I've visited Disney. In fact, I did get to go backstage once because I went on a choir trip to Disney World when I was in my senior year of high school and got to sing on stage. So I was almost as cool as Allie. But I definitely grew up watching all the DCOMs and loved them dearly. And then I used to, when they'd have like marathons, I would set my VCR to tape as much as it could possibly handle on like one tape. And then I'd try to like rush home and swap out tapes so that I could get the maximum amount of DCOMs to rewatch.
Val, you just aged us.
I aged myself.
I used to use put the VHS in the little box and rewind it really fast.
Yeah, I mean, it was the OG DVR, right? I mean, That was how we did it. But also, I should point out that I have a few years on Allie, which I think will actually make for some fun conversations as we talk about these movies.
Have a few inches on Val.
That's
also
true.
Really fun for our friendship.
It makes our hugs very nice. We fit like puzzle pieces.
Very pillowy for Val. And very nice place to put my cheek for Al.
Yeah, headrest for Al. Yeah.
Now, Val, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, before we start watching these movies, I was wondering if you have a specific movie that sticks out in your mind that you're super excited to watch because this is, peak DCOM for you.
Well, we're going to get to it very early, but Brink is probably the most DCOM of DCOMs in my mind. And I think that that's probably because it was one of the first ones that ever came out. And it hits all those like beats that all of the DCOMs hit. It sort of was the trailblazer. It set the tone for all the DCOMs that came after it. And of course, Eric Von Detten is the star. And there's also one of my favorite types of characters in any film, the tomboy lady lead who kicks some major ass. And Gabby is a perfect example of that. And so I love Brink.
Love that. I love that. That's
what about you?
Oh, my favorite DCOM memory. I think then this might age us. This is where our age comes in. Is my biggest memory is Smart House and Bewitched playing on her wall as she's jumping on the bed. And Bewitched, C'est La Vie. Yes. Are you kidding me? Like that is, I think, what every girl wanted in her room, what every girl wanted in a house. And Bewitched completely encaptured my childhood in that moment. And then, of course, when I don't know that it's not Backstreet Boys, but he's also his dad's not home. He's got his friends over, and then they're doing that choreographed dance in the living room. And it is, Smart House is my peak decom for me. Now I do have a confession, Val.
Uh-oh.
When watching movies, within the first 3.5 minutes of the first character popping up on screen, I've already opened IMDb and I know their entire life.
Oh, I am 100% the same.
Yeah.
I am really good with faces and terrible with names. So whenever I watch literally anything, I am always annoying my husband by saying, I know that person. What do I know that person from? And then going on IMDb and tracking them down and figuring out their entire career, their life story, what other famous person they might be married to, or, whatnot, any detail.
Yeah.
Do you also look at Rotten Tomatoes? Because that is actually something I do not do.
So the only time I feel like I peek at Rotten Tomatoes is if I'm on my computer doing some like Googling and researching, because it'll pop up like underneath on the right side. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You Google a movie, it is on the right side. So I'm hoping that it wouldn't, seeing the Rotten Tomatoes of a certain movie like wouldn't ruin things for me.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't look at reviews.
Yeah.
Even when I'm on IMDb, I kind of just like ignore whatever the rating is because I just don't want to be told what to think.
Right. And I like to look at Rotten Tomatoes like after the movie and see what other people thought. Did they have the same thoughts as me? Did they, think the same things? But also another thing that I love doing is, I don't know if it'll work here, but I love looking up trailers of movies after I've watched a movie. Ooh, so then I can see what they showed in the trailer that is like so pertinent to the storyline that you didn't catch in the trailer.
Oh, that's super fun.
Yeah. I don't know if DCOMs have trailers, but for the ones that do, we'll definitely, have to do that.
What else should we talk about for our show? What are we going to do?
Yeah, I think we're going to play some fun games. So when you join us, we'll do, quick little synopsis of, the rundown of the movie that we just saw. And we know that we're going to have some friends who might not want to watch the movie or who might want to listen to the podcast before. So we're going to try to, in the beginning of our episodes, kind of talk about the movie, but not spoil anything. And then about halfway through, we're going to let everyone know it is spoiler city, baby. And we are, tops off riding in a convertible through it. So
that is the greatest metaphor.
It's not very original movie.
No, I love it. No, Disney Channel makes skirts over things like puberty by making you turn into a leprechaun instead of actually acknowledging it. So yeah, we're gonna go more direct than that in the second half of the show.
Yeah, and then we're gonna play some fun games with. We'll come up with some fun games to play with each other. We'll come up with some fun games to play with you, our listeners.
We're going to have a bingo card that you can make yourself. You can print, and if you so desire, you can even laminate it so you can reuse it. Reduce, reuse, recycle, folks.
Yes.
And it's going to have all the sort of like, standard things that happen in pretty much every DCOM. So buckle up because we're going to find some common threads. I don't think it's going to be that tough to find them.
Yeah. If anything Disney has in common, it's theming. And we're going to find out, I think, that almost all of these movies are the same movie with different people playing the parts.
Mm-hmm. Is what same girl, different outfit.
Yes. We love you, Kirsten Storms.
And the chick from Halloween Town whose name I can never remember.
Oh, yeah. What is her name?
I don't know. It'll remain a mystery forever. We're going to do this for 5 years and we're never going to look it up, ever.
Now, everyone, Val and I met doing improv a few years ago, and we had every intention of doing duo improv called the Valley Girls. Val, Allie, Valley Girls. Life gets ahead of you, and what better way to pick that back up by doing a podcast about one of our favorite things. So, Val, I'm really happy to be here with you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you asked me to do this with you.
I'm super pumped to have you with me, Allie. I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
Wow. I can't cry, but if I could, I would right now.
This is something you don't know. Allie is physically incapable of crying.
My tear ducts are just bags of sand.
Whereas I cry at literally everything. I'll
Oh.
probably cry at a lot of these movies.
That's going to be good when you cry and I'm like, Val, why did that make you cry?
Yeah, it'll be like a scientific discussion.
This is going to be great.
You can find us online at thetridentnetwork.com/DCOMmentaries-pod and on Instagram at DCOMmentaries.
Yeah, and you can find Val and I on social media as well. My Instagram is Ayrang, AYYRAANG. That's, I think, pretty much across the board, Twitter and Snapchat. Val, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me pretty much everywhere as well as a gal pal Val. All one word.
Love that.
Because I am your and everyone's gal pal Val.
We love that. All right. Bye, Val.
Bye, Al. DCOMmentaries is a part of the Trident Network. To learn more about our videos, live shows, and other podcasts, please visit thetridentnetwork.com.